What if I told you that the City of Lights is built upon a city of silence? For centuries, people have walked the streets of Paris, dreaming of love and art, but they never realized what lay just a few meters beneath their feet. A labyrinth of bones, a kingdom of 6 million souls, forgotten by time and left in the dark. You think you know Paris? The romantic streets, the Eiffel Tower, the cafes. But you haven't seen the true foundation of this city. Today, we are going down, deep into the shadows of the catacombs. Are you sure you want to follow? It was the late 18th century. Paris was thriving, but it was also dying. The cemeteries, like the famous Les Innocents, had become so overcrowded that the ground level actually began to rise. It was a macabre scene. The stench of decay filled the air, and the city's water supply was being contaminated. This wasn't just a grim reality. It was an urgent crisis. The king and the authorities had no choice. They had to move the dead. But where do you put 6 million people when you run out of space? When you walk through these bone-lined corridors, you start to notice the craftsmanship. This wasn't just a grim chore. For some, it became a strange obsession. They built altars, heart-shaped arrangements, and intricate mosaics from the remains of the forgotten. It's a paradox of architecture. Usually, buildings are meant to house the living to protect us from the elements. But here, the structure is designed to house the very essence of human history. These walls aren't made of bricks and mortar. They are made of the people who shaped Paris centuries ago. By walking here, you are literally surrounded by the generations that built the world you live in today. They turn to the abandoned stone quarries, a vast, spiderweb-like network of tunnels beneath the city. For years, carts moved the remains at night. It was a massive undertaking, silent and solemn. But something unexpected happened. The workers didn't just stack the bones. They began to organize them. They created patterns, arches, and walls made entirely of skulls and femurs. They weren't just storing remains. They were building a cathedral for the dead. It is here that you realize something profound. Death, in its most final form, was transformed into art. It makes you wonder, what is the value of a life once the story ends? But the catacombs hold more than just bones. They hold stories that were never meant to be told. There is a famous legend from the 1990s. A video camera was found deep in the tunnels, abandoned, with the lens facing the wall. The footage showed a man walking calmly, then suddenly running in terror, as if something unseen was chasing him. He dropped the camera and vanished into the darkness. No one ever found out who he was or what he was running from. It's a chilling reminder. Some doors in history are locked for a reason, and not everything down here is as silent as it seems. Today, the catacombs are a tourist attraction, but only for a tiny section. The vast majority of these tunnels are off-limits, strictly forbidden. Yet for decades, cataphiles, urban explorers, have slipped into the shadows. They navigate these dark veins, finding hidden rooms and secret chambers that the public will never see. Why do they do it? Maybe it's not just the thrill. Maybe they are looking for something in the quietness, something that the world above has forgotten to teach us. As we leave the silence of the catacombs and return to the noise of the living, you can't help but look at Paris differently. The beauty is there, but so is the history, the bones that hold the city together. Mortality is not a frightening end. It is the frame that gives life its meaning. Thank you for walking through the dark with me. If you've enjoyed this journey into the forgotten, subscribe and join us for our next deep dive into history's secrets. In your opinion, is the arrangement of these 6 million souls into patterns of art a final act of respect, or a violation of their eternal rest? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.